welcome to Fluff in the Corporate Space by Saffron Conscious. I'm your host, MC, the Corporate Heart Guide. Today's podcast is titled, Through Their Hands, How Leaders Are Formed and the Worlds They Create. I want to invite you to imagine a child, bright-eyed, open-hearted, stepping into the world with possibility written all over them. And then imagine the hands that hold them, guide them, shape them. The hands of parents, the hands of teachers, the hands of mentors. What happens if those hands are careless? What happens if those hands are harsh, manipulative, or wounded themselves? Because the truth is, those hands don't just shape a child. They shape the adult who grows up to lead. And if you look around at the world we live in today, it becomes clear. Leadership is nothing more than the echo of childhood carried forward. Our very first leaders are our parents. They don't just give us food and shelter. They give us our first language of love, fear, trust, and belonging. Then come the teachers, the ones who stand at the threshold of our becoming. A teacher can see the light in a child and fan it into a flame, or they can dim it, shaming, controlling, silencing. Each interaction becomes a seed planted in the psyche. You matter or you don't. You are safe or you are not. Your voice has power or your voice is dangerous. And those seeds grow into the leaders we meet later in boardrooms, parliaments, and global stages. Leaders do not arrive out of nowhere. They are the sum of every word spoken to them, every affirmation, every wound, every silence. Think about it. A child who was constantly shamed may grow into a leader who uses shame as a weapon. A child who was never truly seen may become a leader, desperate for recognition, addicted to status. A child who was nurtured, trusted, and guided with love. They may grow into a leader who knows how to listen, how to empower, how to hold power with humility. But too often we see leaders caught in cycles they don't even recognize. It's like a hamster running in a wheel, repeating the same old patterns, only faster, only louder, only with more impact on more people. Let's take a moment to talk about the collective field. This is where the idea of the morphogenetic field becomes important. The morphogenetic field is the invisible web of influence that connects us. It holds the patterns we repeat, the energy we carry, the unspoken stories we live out. When a child is diminished, that wound doesn't stay with just that one child. It enters the field. It becomes part of the collective atmosphere that we all breathe. And when that child grows into a leader, holding power, making decisions, shaping lives, those early wounds become policies, cultures, and even entire systems. But here's the beauty. The reverse is also true. When a child is nurtured, when a teacher chooses kindness over cruelty, when a parent chooses presence over absence, those moments of care also enter the field. They ripple outward. They make it easier for compassion to become leadership, for empathy to become culture, for wisdom to become law. So what world are we creating? Look at the world around us. Workplaces where people feel unseen. Governments where corruption thrives. Leaders who hoard power instead of serving. These are not accidents. They are the outcomes of unhealed hands. We are interconnected more than we realize. The way a teacher speaks to a child today echoes decades later in decisions of a president, a CEO, or a community elder. The way a parent listens or doesn't listen shapes the capacity of tomorrow's leaders to listen to their people. If we want to change the world, we must go back to where leadership begins. We must heal the hands that shape. So, I leave you with these questions. Whose hands shaped you? What traces of their touch still live in your leadership today? And perhaps, most importantly, what kind of world are you shaping with your own hands, your own words, your own presence? Because we are not doomed to run endlessly in the hamster wheel. At any moment, we can choose awareness. We can choose compassion. We can choose healing. And in doing so, we shift the field, not only for ourselves, not only for our children, but for the leaders of tomorrow and the world they will create. Thank you for being part of this reflection. May we use our hands wisely. Remember, like water, flow with ease and gentleness, and let's continue navigating the currents of our own lives. Till next time, goodbye.